What's going on, everybody? Kennybomb is in the building, and I see some of you guys in the comment section asking me for an update on Ultra Violence Pro Wrestling. It's been probably over a year since we checked in on this thing, and in that time period, AEW Fight Forever has come and gone. Ultra Pro Wrestling still hangs in the balance, and we did get a hope spot from the Wrestling Code. But where is Ultra Violence Pro Wrestling? Today, we find out. If you think we should keep an eye on this thing, drop a like on the video to let me know, but don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you don't want to miss any updates on any of your favorite wrestling games. Now let's get into it.
Run, boy, they coming on.
We haven't gotten an update on Ultra Violence Pro Wrestling in a very long time. Well, a substantial update, because it looks like they have been dropping updates on their X account, but I just haven't been following them. Today, we figure out, is Ultra Violence Pro Wrestling real? And is this still something we're going to be able to get in our hands? If you don't know what Ultra Violence Pro Wrestling is, I'm going to be running some of the gameplay throughout this video as we do the investigation, so just stay tuned. We're going to start back with their post from the beginning of this year so we can figure out exactly where Ultra Violence Pro Wrestling is right now. The first tweet of the year says, "New year, new post. If you're a programmer or killer character artist, please get in touch through DMs, Discord. Would love to chat about building on this with you." So looks like they're still building something, but is it Ultra Violence Pro Wrestling? The next tweet says, "Honestly though, it never stopped being about gameplay for us. Last year was a very rough year, not gonna lie, but things are on the up, putting in plans to move much faster, hopefully." Last year was definitely rough for a lot of these side wrestling games. I think Ultra Pro Wrestling did shine last year, but for Ultra Violence Pro Wrestling, I actually forgot this thing existed until I kept seeing mentions in the comment section. The Wrestling Code disappeared last year. They did just pop back up this year, so hopefully they keep cooking and giving us more and more stuff so we can see more from that game. But here we got the UVW guys saying that they're going to start cooking a lot faster, so maybe we get to see more from this pretty soon. Let's go ahead and check the next one. Basically, I ripped out most of how we were doing grapple gimmicks in favor of a similar system. I also spent a while getting moves all networked, which works and well, but we're having to scrap netcode to be lean. You guys like Parsec, right? So are you saying the only way we can play this is with Parsec? I don't know, but they're still cooking. Again, that's January 17th. Looks like we did get some updates this year. I don't know how deep this goes, y'all. This is really the first time I'm looking through them. Also, got the game running on Steam Deck at 60 frames per second. So it's actually a game that runs. But again, doesn't present well, really. Okay, so I guess it doesn't look good, but he got it running at least. Everything we do is for the benefit of the game, even if it's hard. But I'm getting old, man. It takes longer. Oh boy. Oh boy. When you get to the point where you're getting excuses, then it's trouble. And it sounds like this guy's making this game by himself, which is more trouble. I got like some guy, I'm not going to say who it is, but he's telling me that these games are scam games, but I wouldn't consider them scam games, even if they're just really dreams, because they're not asking us for money. If they were asking us for money, then yes, we can look at them as scams, but I think they're passion projects, and this is just one I really hope to see, because the things we have seen so far actually do look really good. Next tweet, "But none of this presents well at all, so you've not seen anything because I don't want to waste your time with in-dev videos of refractors." You know what? I wouldn't mind seeing small clips. I think really what we've seen so far haven't really been in-game gameplay, not even from the Wrestling Code. So let's see. They say, "This is it, guys. 2021, we got burned. 2022, we got burned. 2023, we got burned." They're saying 2024 is the year of gameplay for us. Let's freaking go. If we actually get gameplay from Ultra Violence Pro Wrestling this year, and I'm talking about real gameplay, then they kind of move to the front of the list when it comes to these independent wrestling games. Well, not in front of Ultra Pro Wrestling, because it seems like those guys have a plan and they are cooking, and I think that's the one we most likely see if we don't see any of them. But the next thing he says is, "Babe, wake up. It's nearly that time of the year where indie wrestling games shouldn't bother posting at all for 5 months. It's 2K news cycle." I don't think that's the case, man. I don't think that's the case, because if we look at what happened last year, everybody was just as excited about AEW Fight Forever as they were about the 2K game, 2K23. I was more excited about AEW Fight Forever because I knew 2K23 was really just going to be 2K22 again, as it was. So I think these guys got to realize that there are some people who don't really like that 2K gameplay, and they do want this independent stuff over that. You got to really aim at your audience. You can't aim at everybody who wants the 2K games because a lot of people are pretty much WWE diehards, and they're not going to give anything else a chance. Look at what's going on with AEW right now. I think that's just because so many people are just so loyal to WWE. Personally, I say don't run from 2K. Find your audience, please your audience, and they'll bring more people in. But another thing I want to point out here is the fact that he says, I guess I am no longer overpromising a massive roster or anything. The Wrestling Code is the game with the massive roster. I don't think they need to have a massive, crazy roster. You know, get a few wrestlers, a few legends if you can. If not, make a good creative wrestler system where we can make our own legends and everything will be fine. I know that's probably harder than it sounds, but if they had a good creative wrestler system, I don't care if they had one legend in the game. I wouldn't even care if I had to go to different websites and find my own call formulas to build these wrestlers. I'm not looking for a crazy roster in this game. I just want a wrestling game that's different and bloody. Let's get to that. The next thing he says is not looking for take your times. I'm as frustrated as everybody else is on this, but quitting just isn't an option and progress is still happening. It sounds like they aren't even confident that this game is coming out. So that's something we got to keep in mind. For those who are excited about Ultra Violence Pro Wrestling, there is that possibility that we may never see this thing. Hopefully we see it and hopefully it happens, but there is that possibility that it just doesn't get finished. Next, he says, I might be slow, but I'm just slow. Okay, I guess they're just slow at making the game. We got some fantastic character art coming through yesterday. Let's freaking go. Hopefully the first of many. Let us see it. We want to see the character art. I'm not showing anything until I'm 100% happy with our gameplay. Well, there's the answer. I guess people were, nope, nobody even commented, but they know what we want to see. This chart is insane because Backyard Wrestling, I had this for Xbox 360 and it was not good. It was not good. All right, y'all, it looks like they're not taking this game serious themselves. He says again, babe, wake up. Ultra Violence Pro Wrestling posted a 5-year-old clip again. And then we see him here. It's just a man pushing a boulder up a mountain. That doesn't look good, y'all. And that's actually it. ECW, of course, was famous for its use of doors and light tubes. I think they're referring to the new WWE 2K24 DLC. But here, y'all, there is the update on Ultra Violence Pro Wrestling. Is it happening? No gameplay in 5 years. I mean, y'all see some of the gameplay clips. The game looks amazing. Let's just look at this one right here. Of course, it's still janky because it's early, but could you imagine us being able to do this in a wrestling game? Just building these contraptions, climbing up, and slamming our opponents off, man. Just stuff like this we don't ever get, and it's not fair. Back in the day, we definitely would have used. We got a celebrity deathmatch game, y'all. What is going on with the gaming industry these days where we can't get more wrestling games than WWE 2K? Say what you want about the lack of content in AEW Fight Forever, but I will love that game for the rest of my life. Why? Because AEW put another wrestling game in our hands, and it's been so long since we got a good one from another company. If you wish doom and gloom on AEW Fight Forever, shame on you. Shame on you. You are not a wrestling fan, and we might never get another one because of it. Hopefully AEW doesn't give up because WWE has some bad wrestling games too. Our only hope is really hoping that we get Ultra Violence Pro Wrestling, hoping that we get the Wrestling Code, and I think we'll definitely get Ultra Pro Wrestling, but will they cook? That's the big question. Do y'all think we will end up getting Ultra Violence Pro Wrestling? Let me know in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you think we should keep up on this game, and smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any updates if they do come. Bomb Squad, let's get to that.